I got a little behind on recording the movie talk about the movie challenges. I've been watching them, but I didn't get a chance to record. So the movie prompt that I watched was based on a true story, and I picked Open Water. And I'm not sure if I regret it or not. It was a good movie, and spoilers obviously, but it left me feeling really sad and depressed. Like, how depressing of a movie. There was nothing happy in this movie at all. It was based on a true story. It took place in a different place. I think the true story took place off of Australia, but so I think 1995, there was a couple who had gone on some kind of scuba diving tour, and then I think 2 days later, they realized that they had been left behind on the tour, and so they sent out search to try to find them, and all they ever found of them was some of their gear. So they are presumed to have been drowned or eaten by sharks or whatever it is. Very close to Open Water. Now, I will say the acting is good, especially because for the majority of it, there's two people on screen. For the majority of the main actors, there's only two people, and so they have to carry all of the acting, and it's done well. It was hard to see them fight with each other. It was hard to see them blame each other. It was really hard to see them, get despairing and sad. And I feel like in that situation, it's like when you watch this movie, it's so hard not to put yourself in the position of how would you feel if you were in that situation. I think it's impossible not to imagine yourself in that situation, and that's partly why it's so depressing. And it's also so sad because it really happened to people. They really went through this, and just the despair. Like, when you read a news story, you can think, oh yeah, that's awful, they were lost for a couple days or whatever. When you're seeing it play out, even though it's movie form, so time passes way more quickly, you really have to see and experience with them what they went through. And then ultimately, there was no happy ending. They died, and that was it. And no one ever really exactly knew what happened to them. Like, the camera was found, but nobody actually really knew, and it was just a mistake. Someone was being careless, and they got left. And I don't know, it just left me feeling some kind of way to where I didn't even want to talk about it. And that's why I delayed for so long in making this video, just because I was sitting there thinking it kind of depressed me for the day. So while it's a well done movie, it is an interesting story, but it's so hard to watch for me. It was just like because I knew the true story, knowing that they were not going to be rescued, and it was not going to be a good ending, and they were just going to basically end up giving up and dying in the end, or getting eaten by sharks. Like, I don't know. And it happens. That was a tough one for me. It really put me, which is, I guess, what a movie's supposed to do. It really put me into the movie and what was going on. And it was pretty scary when you think about it. And oceans kind of freak me out anyway. I love the ocean. I love boats. But just, I don't know, that seeing the sharks swimming around, that is scary. And you don't know what to do. And just being stranded out in the middle of the ocean, literally, there's nothing you can do. There's no way you can really save yourself. There's no food. There's no water. There's really no hope. Like, I know they had some hope that eventually someone would find them and rescue them. And in the movie, rescue was on the way. But yeah, that was an interesting one. But on the other side, I do like shark movies, and this was kind of a shark movie. So on that end, I did like it. And I thought it was interesting. It was a little more terrifying than a normal shark movie, because normally shark movies are kind of like funny or schlocky a little bit. And this one was just, instead of the shark just attacking people out of nowhere, it was like you could see the circling. You could see them coming up sometimes. You could see like just the one bite. It wasn't just like an all-out shark attack. And just the idea that you can't necessarily see what's going on under you, and you've got sharks swimming around you while you have no choice but to just hang out there where sharks are. Ooh. So I can't say that was a cheerful watch. I can't say I will ever watch that movie again because I can pretty much guarantee I will never watch that movie again. I'm not sure if I regret watching it or not. Like, I could have lived without having watched it, but I don't necessarily regret it. Like I said, it wasn't a bad movie. It just really depressed me. So that's pretty much what I have to say about Open Water.